Hey, good morning, everybody. Dale here with TerraVest Capital Partners. Today is Saturday, November 2nd. I hope everybody had a great week. I hope you had a great Halloween. Here in the Minneapolis and Minnesota area, Mother Nature did play a trick on us because we got very heavy snow on Halloween itself. Sometimes it was whiteout conditions, but that's in Minnesota. You got to kind of expect that when you're here in Minnesota. You never know. Anyway, again, hope you had a great week. So I got some things on the board, you'll notice. And I'm going to do a series of videos to answer some questions that people have been asking me. They've been seeing my content on LinkedIn. They've been seeing what I've been talking about with delinquent debt and distressed mortgage notes and investing in them. But they have questions about it. So I wanted to kind of address these, make a few videos to address these. So I got a few things on the board. But first of all, it's IRA and SDRI IRA, or self-directed IRA. In some of these videos, I'll mention that if somebody has say like a rollover IRA or a self-directed IRA and they're just sitting there in cash and it's not doing anything for them, they can invest in real estate and in distressed real estate notes or mortgage notes out of a self-directed IRA, but they say, I don't know how to do it. That sounds complicated. I don't know what to do. So don't worry. What you need to know is that in order to do it, you need to be with a self-directed IRA custodian that is real estate friendly. It's the custodian of your self-directed IRA that will be executing the documents and what have you that are necessary to invest in distressed mortgage notes or delinquent loans. So as long as you're with a knowledgeable self-directed IRA custodian that is real estate friendly, they can walk you through that, and they're actually managing that whole process for you. It's pretty passive from your perspective. Yeah, so that's one thing I definitely wanted to cover. And again, if you do have a self-directed IRA or a rollover IRA and you're sitting in cash, reach out to me. I can kind of point you in the direction of a self-directed IRA custodian. In fact, my plan is to have somebody from one of the national self-directed IRA companies come on in a video, and we'll just discuss all aspects of investing in real estate and non-performing mortgage notes out of a self-directed IRA. So that was the first thing. The second thing people say is, well, wait a minute. When you're talking about buying a non-performing loan from a bank or a delinquent mortgage, that sounds like foreclosure to me. And to some, it says, well, I don't know, foreclosing on people sounds heavy, right? That sounds kind of like really involved stuff. And I don't know how I feel about foreclosing on people. So let me clear up one thing or a couple things. First of all, by the time an investor like myself or an investor that buys delinquent mortgage notes, before we even see them coming from a lender, the lender has already started the foreclosure process. I can't think of any loan I've ever seen being sold by a lender where the foreclosure has not already started. They're already in the foreclosure process somewhere. So by not buying the distressed mortgage note or the delinquent loan, that's not stopping the foreclosure. The foreclosure is continuing forward. It's just that the lender is wants to move this loan off of their books. They start the foreclosure, but then they sell it before the completion of the foreclosure or before it becomes bank owned or what's called an REO. So yes, I do have on the board foreclosure, but you'll notice foreclosure is down here in C. That's going to suggest that we have two other options that we can utilize with a borrower that's behind on their mortgage. And that's very true. It is foreclosure is down here in C. So depending on how delinquent the borrower is, where it's at in the foreclosure process and all of that, we have other options that we can employ. And what I intend to do is do a multi-part series talking about these other two options, A and B. These are the options that we can use before we ever get to completing the foreclosure. So again, we have options. Buying distressed mortgage notes or delinquent loans from banks on real estate is not only about foreclosure. There are some other options depending on where we're at. So anyway, so this is the introduction to a multi-part series. I hope you stay tuned for that and I can answer some questions. Until then, have a great day and I'll see you in the next video.